All right, I guess to start with, the week off. How's preparations been? Extra week off after a good run.
Yeah, look, it's the week off. I think in a lot of ways has hurt a lot of teams this year. So, look, we've tried something a little bit different with our prep over the weekend and into this weekend. The lads are training really well, so that's a good sign.
Abubakar looks like he's sort of come in and hit the ground running. You must be happy with how he's sort of settled in. Yeah,
very happy. I think he's, like I said at the start, we kind of know the quality of the player, but hadn't played many games at all since November. So he's getting put through his paces pretty quickly and thrown in the deep end. But he's a top professional with a really good attitude. So again, there's some really promising signs on the pitch this week that he's still coming on from the performances and he's still getting better and improving. That's a testament to his attitude, which is really good. And it's nice to have a number 9 in the door.
And Sam Klein coming off best game of his career. Like, how high is his confidence? He must be feeling good.
Yeah, he's good. Look, Klein, to be honest, he's just back to working hard and helping out with the gear and keeps saying great, thanks, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity and thanks for the opportunity. And I'm trying to tell him, look, mate, you've earned it, you deserve it. But he's very humble, which is great. Nice to see one of our own, a Queenslander, really stepping up in some difficult times with some top performances. But, on his birthday to score 2 goals like that, it's a tough place to go, Perth away. It's always a difficult trip, but he handled himself really, really well. He's still got a lot of growth and a lot of improvement, and we're working on a lot of areas in his game. But, we're really proud of him and really happy for him because he deserves it with how hard he's worked.
And Auckland takes us back to round 1, where we were the first ones to test him out, and a bit of an unknown. I guess now you've seen him play the whole season, do you have a better idea of how to break him down?
Look, I don't think it's an easy task by any means, but even round 1, I felt like we were definitely in that game. We started really well for the first 10 minutes. I think their first box entry, we ended up scoring an own goal, and it probably gave them a lot of confidence and got the crowd involved and probably took away a little bit of ours, to be honest. But the game 2-0 scoreline was actually a lot closer probably than the scoreline reflected. So I feel like we've come on and improved a lot. They've probably improved a lot. It'll be a different type of test. We're playing a much better brand of football at the moment than we were back then, obviously very early on in our journey as a new squad. But make no mistakes, they've got some high quality individuals. They're a really well organised unit. And we have to be at our best to get a result this weekend. So, look, that's what we intend to do. We intend to go out there and take the game to them. And we want to play our brand of football and impose it on them. And we're more worried about us and our improvement than we are about them.
Yeah, like they are top of the table, but the way you've been playing, they're beatable. You can get a win here.
Yeah, I feel like we can beat anyone, and we've had enough performances to show that our football's certainly good enough. It's about moments and doing it for 95 minutes and getting results. And for me, the big part is in both boxes, and that's a real test for us this weekend more than ever, because that's exactly where they're strong. They're very, very strong in both boxes and in small moments that they make big moments. So I feel like we have to be really resolute with our processes and our defensive structures first of all. But I feel like our football's good enough to, when we get it right, we can impose that onto anyone and make their life very difficult. So I think they know they're in for a difficult game this weekend.
And we've been so close at home, might be like a last minute goal and we lose it or draw it. Just getting that win at home must be so important.
Yeah, look, it's frustrating, extremely frustrating. I've said it, pre and post games, but more gut wrenching for the fans, and my players more than anyone. I mean, that last performance at home against Victory, we played some fantastic football and created 4 or 5, clear openings and chances that should end in goals. And when you don't take those chances and you leave the door open, then there it is, 96-minute deflection, loops over to someone, and there's a bit of a soft goal, which was a real kick in the teeth for that crowd, because the crowd were behind us and the players and the staff were really working hard to get that result. So, look, we'd love to be able to go out there this week and make a statement against a really top team. And there's no better place than to do it at Suncorp, and we want to do it for our fans and our families.
Speaking of stadiums, the fair bit of Olympic stuff yesterday. Sounds like there's going to be plenty of venues for football come 2032. I guess, yeah, how have you seen it, or what are your thoughts on it?
To be honest with you, I've been focusing on the things I can control, and none of that is on my radar right now. What I can say is that any sort of infrastructure and development that can help football in this country, especially in this state, we welcome that with open arms. So let's hope there's big spends, and let's hope that we put on a really good show, and the infrastructure that we can build, in this process serves us long after the event.
Yeah, and for your young blokes, like your Lucases and your Kalanis, 7 years away isn't that far away. Like, do you get an inkling that they're pumped up to try and be at the Olympics?
I'm not sure the players and us football people think that far ahead, if I'm honest. I feel like obviously everyone's got big goals, big dreams, big ambitions, but the most important thing is to focus on that short term and how hard you're working. And I'm sure those guys, to be honest, are just focused on their game and trying to get their club football right first of all, and then like you can see, the Quinn McNichols and the Lucas Harringtons and the Kleinies and these type of characters, if they get it right at club level, then they get rewarded with national team selection. And I feel like that process is going really well for a lot of our young ones, and I think there's more to come, with a Nathan Menatides, with a Jacob Brissett, and a few other guys like Jimmy Darrington making his debut. I feel like there's a bright future for a lot of those guys, but I'm not sure that they're thinking 5 and 6 years ahead. I think they're more thinking about, what the next 12 months and 24 months looks like for them, and my job is to make sure that their development and their pathways are very clear, and that I can help them get closer to their dreams. Yeah.